Baker Mayfield talked about tight end David Njoku and how the Browns can use him in some of the problems Njoku presents.
I mean, he's a guy that creates mismatch problems. I mean, the fact that he's, such a big guy and can run like he does, they have to decide whether they're going to put a big guy on him to try and bring a physical presence or bring a speed guy. So, I mean, it's a difference maker for us. And it's also one of those things that we have to key in on and how teams are trying to defend us. And we have to realize that David's one of those special guys that we can get a lot of, tips off of.
How have you seen him become more consistent throughout the year?
I just think he's so locked in on the game plan and trying to execute exactly what his job is each and every play. I think the steps he's taken in the run game have been huge for him, and obviously for us in the run game as well. But that separates him because then guys are trying to put linebackers and safeties down on the box and with him, and he's able to run by him in the pass game.
And Tim, I think as the season gets along, Njoku's going to be a big-time red zone threat because of that very thing. He's improved his blocking, which means he can block and then release. And that's tight ends that can do that score all the time in the NFL.
Absolutely. And I think the career track with David Njoku has been interesting. It's like we've kind of seen him slowly grow before our eyes over the past 4 or 5 years now as he enters year 5 in his career. And it's easy to forget when you look back at the stats, he actually had the most yards on the team. It's 76 yards on just 3 catches. So it's not just the red zone ability he has. It's the big play ability. We saw that a couple times in the playoff game a year back in January. He had a couple big catches, had the 43-yarder back on Sunday. So there's the ability where he can be a weapon, I think, all over the field because of that speed, because of that size, that leaping ability. He's really a player who's on the ascendancy still. I think maybe it's taken him a little bit of time to kind of figure out how to play tight end in the NFL, as it is for pretty much any young player at that position. They usually don't come on strong right away. It usually takes a year or two to kind of get going. But Njoku, we really saw him heat up in the second half of last year, and it's good for him that he's been able to continue to do that, at least in this first game of the season. I think he's setting up for a major payday after the season.
Yeah.